In this lesson, we will learn how to accept user input in an array. For this, we will write a very simple program which will accept n numbers from the user, store them in a single dimensional array, and print the array along with the sum of all the numbers. This n, that is, how many numbers the user wants to store, will also be provided by the user as an input. So let's switch to BlueJ and start writing this program. We will use the scanner class to accept input from the user, so let's start by importing scanner class. Next, we will create an object of this scanner class. Now we need to ask the user how many numbers he wants to input, so let's do that. We have to store the n numbers that the user will enter into a single dimensional array. This means that the size of our array should be n. Just to clarify this point a little more, say the user wants to store 10 numbers. Then we will create an array of size 10. If he wants to store 15 numbers, then we will create an array of size 15. For this program, the size of the array is determined at runtime. We can do this by specifying the size of the array as the variable n. Let me show you how. I want to store int values, so the data type of my array is int. I will name my array arr, then the square brackets to tell the compiler that this is an array variable and not a regular variable. After that, I am writing the new operator to create the numbered boxes. I need to tell the new operator that the type of my boxes should be int and I need n number of boxes. Our array is created. Next, we need to ask the user to enter the numbers and store them in the array. We will run a loop from 0 to n-1 like this. We are initializing I to 0 because the array index starts at 0, not 1. The condition of the loop is I less than n. So the loop will run till the value of I becomes equal to n-1. As soon as I becomes equal to n, the condition will become false and the loop will terminate. Inside the loop, I will accept the number from the user and store it in the array like this. The first number entered by the user will be stored as the first element of the array. The second number will be stored as the second element of the array, and so on. Let's also add code to print all the elements of this array and then execute the program. It will give you a good idea of how the numbers are stored in the array. I want to enter 5 numbers. The numbers I am entering are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. As you can see here, 2 becomes the first element of the array, 4 becomes the second element of the array, and so on. So far, we have accepted the numbers from the user and printed them. Only thing left now is to compute the sum of all these numbers. Let's do that too and complete the program. I'm declaring a long variable sum here which will accumulate the sum of all the numbers. I have initialized it to 0. I have taken long as the data type of sum because the result of adding many int values may exceed the range of int and become greater than the maximum value that int can store. Inside the loop, I will add arr of I to sum like this. Outside the loop, I will print this sum. Our program is complete now. Let's execute it. This time I want to enter 8 numbers: 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Our program correctly stores these numbers in a single dimensional array and computes the sum of all the numbers. Now we have a good understanding of how to declare and initialize single dimensional arrays, access its elements, and store data in it. In the next lessons, we will look at searching and sorting in arrays.